Hey, what's up, Internet? My name's Andy, and I am a founder of the WeVoteProject.org. And today I'd like to just share a quick story with you about a project that me and my friends have been doing. Again, it's called WeVoteProject.org. And the idea stems from the experiences of mine and my partners since 2008 working as grassroots activists alongside campaigns, elected officials, and becoming actively engaged in the electoral process. And now, as web technology developed, social media came and transformed our lives in ways that we thought we would find it difficult to imagine living without it. And this revolution in communications technology transformed our lives in just about every person and industry on the planet. However, we see the realm of politics and citizen activism as still residing in the dark ages, waiting for the web to change things in ways that people could not imagine living without. This is the inspiration behind the WeVote project. There are many problems in the political arena today that technology can address. The hardest part is to find where to focus and then crafting a message and the right design to be effective. And what we've chosen to go after first is to bridge the information and communication gap that exists between voters and their elected officials. We Vote Project is based out of Lincoln, Nebraska, a state that the Sunlight Foundation, along with gave an F along with four other states in legislative transparency, and that means it's basically very prohibitively difficult for the average citizen to know what's going on in their state legislature, basically due to the way the information is dispersed by the state government. And even for the devoted citizen activist, it's very difficult to follow the bills and issues, and let alone to be able to act on it in a timely manner with any effectiveness. And that's what we mean by the information gap. Now, to compound the problem, the elected officials still rely on very expensive and outdated methods to communicate, both in campaigning and in hearing from their constituents. For example, in campaigns, they walk door to door, make phone calls, send snail mail, which is very expensive, along with advertising on radio and television. And while this used to work in the past, we see that this technological divide is growing year after year, in which more people do not really watch television anymore, but they watch Hulu or Netflix or YouTube. They don't listen to the radio anymore. They listen to Pandora, Spotify, or any other kind of MP3 like RDO or whatever. Um, there are more who don't even make phone calls anymore or have landlines, but communicate via text and Twitter. They don't use traditional mail, but send ideas via Snapchat and Instagram. And this shift is evidenced by sponsored tweets and Facebook ads for candidates becoming more commonplace around election season. But it's no wonder that this generation isn't feeling or becoming engaged in politics, and our elected officials are even worse. There are some who use Twitter or Facebook to communicate with constituents, but those who even go that far don't use it as a means to gather information about how their constituents are feeling. And that's just basically because they could be talking to any random person online and they have no idea who these people are. They don't know if they're voting constituents or somebody on the other side of the world. So instead, they still rely on snail mail, phone calls, face-to-face conversations to gauge what their constituents think during the heat of legislative session, and that's not entirely accurate or efficient, and a growing number of voters are being left out of the process as technology moves forward. So this is the communication gap that we're talking about here. So here's what we're doing to address the problem. We are trying to attack the problem from both sides. For constituents, we've created a very easy way to access legislative information and act on it. We've pulled back the veil on the legislatures across the country by exposing bills in the process through technology and our deliberate design. And essentially, um, the WeVote project turns Nebraska's legislative body's F in transparency into an A pretty quickly. So that's how we're bridging the information gap. We're doing that by allowing constituents to follow bills, share them, vote on them, post arguments for or against. After they vote or post an argument, they can even share it on Facebook or Twitter. They can email it if they want. So they can bring others to the conversation to support the bill, oppose it, and even vote on the arguments that are cast, a la Reddit, I guess you could say. So as we progress, we'll make it even easier for casual voters to start getting engaged in the political process. There's still room for improvement, but we've made pretty good strides. We don't see anything like this currently in existence, so that's a big, thumbs up for us. Um, so the next thing that makes WeVote Project very special, and something that I think really differentiates WeVote from any other kind of citizen engagement website is that um, in order to bridge this communication gap, it's essential that our politicians actually participate on these forums, in the online discussions, and have confidence in who they're talking to. Um, Otherwise, they just won't participate, and you'll just be talking to yourself online. So, I mean, this you're not going to make any change that way. So that's why we've created a verification process for constituents to link their account to their actual voter registration, meaning that participation of our users will no longer be perceived as coming from some random internet user, but an actual voter that we have verified as kind of a middleman there. And so this will help politicians get a quick pulse of what their constituents think, and it creates a verified channel of communication for sharing thoughts and arguments. And although we've made tremendous strides in bringing transparency to Nebraska, we still have a long way to go, and that's kind of where you guys come in. Campaign season is heating up, and soon we'll have a whole new class of politicians sworn in. And these politicians have all made a lot of promises and pledges to get elected. And We Vote Project is your tool to make sure that they keep their promises. And if they don't, then you can spread the word pretty easily. We started in Nebraska earlier this year, and in January of 2015, we will be launching in all 50 states. So I hope that you check us out. Go to WeVoteProject.org. Sign up for updates, and we'll keep you informed when we launch and have anything else cool to tell you about. Okay, thanks. Bye.